Hi there and welcome back. For those of you who are joining first time, I am Hasid Thanki, the founder of presentation series called Intro to Individual Life Underwriting. Let's review blood pressure and build today. As you review the Life app or the pyramid exam or the MD exam that you may need because of the history of hypertension or for whatever reason you have it, the app or the exam or the medical records, these are the things that may help you pay close attention to as it comes to the blood pressure and the build. So let's take blood pressure now. So follow the chart that your company expects you to follow, but as you screen the medical records, look for what is causing the elevated blood pressure. Are you seeing activity level, anxiety, stress, smoking, alcohol? What are the contributing factors? That's what simultaneously, as you read the medical records, you may want to pay close attention to. Another aspect in the medical records while underwriting for blood pressure or hypertension, pay attention to the medications. Do you see increasing medications? Do you see changing medications? Those are the red flags, and you need to see where are you going, what is the trend. Now it's possible that if you are approving other than as applied for and the agent is looking for a reconsideration, what you see on the pyramid exam and if you are approving other than as applied for based on the elevated blood pressure, simply based on the exam, okay, then that's not something you can too much rely on as opposed to medical records, because you are doing macro underwriting and you are doing micro underwriting. So having medical records and seeing in 2, 3, 4 years multiple readings of the blood pressure can really help you have a better understanding of what is going on. So keep your doors open for reconsiderations, but don't just rely on the exam. If you have the medical records, that really helps. If you are asked to reconsider, look at how many readings, are they done on the same date. Those are the details that you need to correlate and plug into your company specifics. Now, especially one more thing about the blood pressure is this, that watch the side effect of the medications, especially on elderly lives, because that may translate into a cardiac arrhythmia. There could be some renal function, gait instability, that there could be falls and syncope. So those are the aspects that you may confront while underwriting elderly lives. And although you may be on surface reviewing those records thinking that you are dealing with hypertension. So I think these are the practical aspects that may help you at this intro level, something you may want to make a note of it. Let's pay some time and attention to the build. Build like blood pressure, follow the chart to begin with. Okay, then you may confront with overweight, obese. So make sure that there are times that, let's say you pick up a phone, agent calls you, gives you height and weight, and you feel like, okay, this is plus 50, plus 100. But make sure you verify with the agent that what is the history, because many companies, depending upon their own experience, they will add back 50% or whatever their guidelines are of the weight lost in last 12 months or maybe last 24 months. So see where your company specifics are along those lines and make the appropriate adjustments. So don't just go by what you are told about the current weight. Look for ask for the history of weight as well. So that is something you may want to make a note of. Like overweight, there could be underweight. So if you have the underweight borderline that for your chart falls under the standard or plus 25 category, follow your company specifics. But if you see in the medical records unexplained weight loss, that's a big, huge red flag, because you never know. Down the road, there could be some undiagnosed, at this point, undiagnosed potential malignancy. So it has to be postponed until you have the clinical evaluation, convincing evaluation, and the final diagnosis by the doctor. So typically wait 6 months to 2 years depending upon your company specifics as it relates to unexplained weight loss. Now, industry-wide, many companies, they stringently follow the build chart when it comes to the juvenile underwriting, because some companies would price their products so that they can absorb plus 50 or plus even up to plus 100, and they will offer standard. But some companies, they will say it has to be standard or it's a decline. So because when it boils down to juvenile obesity, there aren't that many data available. So every company, they go by what they have and they draw a line that we will go standard. Some companies would still offer on individual juvenile application plus 50, plus 100, some companies may not. So be mindful about the juvenile obesity, and some companies are very strict, very stringent when it boils down to cases with juvenile obesity. Along those lines, couple of aspects you may be confronted with on a given day, and that is anorexia and bulimia nervosa. Those are the eating disorders. So as you read the medical records, try to correlate, do you see such findings in the records, and what kind of extra mortality it brings along with the obesity or underweight or whatever the case may be that you are underwriting. Likewise, there could be, although in the medical records the doctor may not label that, but there could be a metabolic syndrome, who knows? So watch out for those details. Another aspect in bill is all about surgery. So you may have a bending, you may have a bypass. So pay attention to that, because having a history of surgery per se is a risk up to a certain time frame for your company specifics. And beyond that, as you read the records, look for any complications associated with the surgery. Make sense? And other than that, the bill and blood pressure are straightforward. But you will see every case that they are out there to help you find a green flags or favorable factors, and or likewise there could be red flags, unfavorable factors because of the blood pressure, because of the bill. So bill and blood pressure is something that you will see practically in every single file that you are underwriting on every single day. And that's why I chose to put this blood pressure and bill together. So when we say blood pressure and bill, make sure you correlate all the other risk factors like smoking, cholesterol treatment, cardiac or renal disease, proteinuria, diabetes, sleep apnea, PVD, stroke, you name it. So there could be many such risk factors that may per se bring additional debits. And in addition to that, with the blood pressure and bill, it boils down to combo debits. It may come to a point that you may end up even unfortunately have to decline RNA, risk not acceptable. So I guess at intro level, this pretty much covers what are the pertinent aspects that you need to know about the blood pressure and build. We'll stop here and we'll take another interesting topic when we meet again. Until then, take care. Bye now.